Hey everybody, welcome back to the Shark Bacon Podcast, the number one podcast in this house.
Number one in America, number one in your heart.
Number one podcast amongst this crowd of people.
That is 18 subscribers on YouTube. If you're one of those people, this one's for you.
If you're joining us today, then you must be really excited to hear about one of the most boring subjects out there, board games.
What I'd like to say before we jump into that is, if you've ever been bored, I have something that will make you not bored. And that's,
no, you're making people more bored, aren't you?
I want you to be interested in boarding things.
Okay, so today the subject is board games. This is Essence Passion. This is his creme de la creme. This is his magnum opus. Okay?
This is... I feel like if I didn't make this video, I would have nothing to live for. I would literally have nothing to be excited for,
he also
for the rest
said,
of my life.
If you don't like and subscribe, he's gone. He's gone, dude.
This could be my last episode if we don't get +1 subscribers.
So, would you say that you're the board game guy?
Am I the board game guy?
Yeah.
It's all people know me as. They literally walk up to me, Aiden, board game guy, how are you? that's what they do, bro.
So
for real, bro. There's actually people that I know that only discuss board games with me. It's like, that's it.
It's funny, though, because everybody during Christmas times just assumes you want more board games.
Right, I could have, like, Chacos and, like, a water bottle on my Christmas list, and I'll get a board game.
Yeah, no one sees that.
Which is awesome, because I love board games.
It's great.
It's great. That's who I am.
Can I pitch you an idea?
Sure.
Okay.
You pitch it, I'll be at bat. Yeah.
So here's the idea, dude.
Slow baby smooth. Roll it in slow baby smooth for me.
The board game community is very niche per se, okay? It's a certain kind of a folk that you find doing the board gaming. But what if we reached out to some of the other niche or, kind of communities within the sports, okay?
Okay.
Board games, okay? Imagine each skateboard, each surfboard, that's the only thing with boards.
You're saying
on the bottom of the boards is a game. Like, you put chess on the bottom and you sell it with the pieces, right?
Wow.
So the skateboarders already have giant pockets, okay? They pull out the chess pieces, okay? And they just flip their board over. They start playing chess at the skate park. You're riding the waves, okay? You run into another similar, inquisitive mind who wants to play backgammon. You flip over your surfboard and you start playing, whatever, dude.
Yeah, dude, and we put edgy names with it, like Checkers Your Privilege, or like,
what is the game where you move the little stones around?
Moncala me,
baby. Dude.
And then it's like
Moncala me
later.
Baby.
So you're saying, like, in the bottom of the skateboard deck, you would dig little holes?
Yeah, dig little holes
for Moncala pieces,
and then little rocks. Or maybe the wheels come off and you use those as... I don't know.
That's crazy.
But as you can see, we're reaching out to a wider audience. If I was on Shark Tank right now, boom, they'd be hitting the golden buzzer. That's not how that works.
That's not how it works. Anyways, guys, though, for real, today, just like Aiden shared last week with his top 10 manga, we'll be going through my top 10 board games of all time. I'm not going to lie. This is the only list you need to reference. If you see other things that say top 10 board games, anything, just skip it and come here. I promise I have the best one.
Wait, why do you always listen to other people's videos then?
I just listen to make sure that I am still on top. Because I'm like... I'm making sure people don't steal my top 10, bro. Because this is the top 10. This is the affirmative top 10. For real.
All right, let's jump into it then. I'm ready. I'm excited.
And whatever Aiden says, he's a hater, bro. He's a board game hater.
I just said I was excited.
He's saying he's excited, but every episode we're dropping something.
We need to just get some glue before.
This is actually Blue Bomber from Rock'em Sock'em Robots. It's pretty awesome. All right, which is a board game, so that's great. All right, we're starting off with an honorable mention. Aiden didn't add an honorable mention in his manga one, but we are going with an honorable mention here. This game, for me, has been on the rise. It is called Longshot, the dice game, okay?
Guys, if you can stay awake through this whole episode, just go ahead and go out and get yourself a treat, okay?
Don't do that to me,
just
bro.
Pat yourself on the back, get out and get yourself a treat because
this is all I have. This is all I have.
All right, jump in.
All right, guys, if you want to play something that actually is good for, like, groups, if you want to, like, you know, have fun. Okay, how would I say this? Let's see. Are you a betting man? Do you like gambling? Aiden?
Not by a long shot.
Oh, unplanned like a pregnancy. That was awesome, dude.
What? Go ahead.
I'm just saying.
Describe this game to us.
All right, guys. Longshot, the dice game. Quickly moving up on my list. I'd say my number 11, just right outside my top 10. Longshot, you're taking chances. You're betting on horses. So there's like a track on the field, right? Track and field. And there's 8 horses, and you're trying to bet on which horse is going to cross the finish line first.
Okay.
But there's like certain powers that you can buy and everything to get the horses to move. You can like put powers on other horses, so when that horses move, your horses move.
Right.
You're trying to make a ton of money betting on horses. It's crazy because, other people will be betting on the same horses. Other people will be trying to move their horse and like getting powers, pulling horses back, moving them forward, buying them, killing them.
You kill horses in this game?
You can like really like make horses
Gambling,
stop.
horse killing.
It's good, and it's like a push your luck. Are you a good gambler? Like, if you go to Vegas, baby, this is the one, bro.
I am curious about one thing, though. Why not just do it IRL?
Because this way you don't have to lose a ton of money. Because if you really know how to bet on horses, yeah, I'd say go bet on them. I'm pretty sure
similar to this, dude, there's a game called Wingspan, right?
Right.
I don't know if that's in your...
No.
I hope not.
It didn't make my top 10.
It's about bird watching, but in a board game?
Dude.
Homie, if you're board watching in a board game... I don't know what you have lost grasp on reality. You've lost grasp on nature completely, dude. There's a window. Look out it.
This is actually interesting for the people watching. This is actually interesting.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everybody who loves Wingspan. Genuinely, I'm sorry for you.
Then you're just jealous because your wingspan is like 4'7", Aiden. Okay? You can't palm a basketball. That's why you're sad.
I'm like Buggy the Clown.
Here's what I'm saying. Nature games, especially, I don't know why, but recently nature board games have become crazy. Like crazy popular.
Is it the big thing?
It's just weird. It's like people don't go outside anymore, and it's like now they like play it like, I don't know why, but nature is huge. There's this one called Verdant.
Yeah.
And like Wingspan is a huge one.
Everdell.
There's all these gardening games. Everdell. Yeah. I mean, I might have fallen victim to a few.
Anyways, this does sound fun.
This is an honorable
Do you think
mention,
it's just lower because it's a recent discovery? Do you think it'll move up over time?
Honestly, I do think it'll move up. The awesome thing about this game is it plays 1 to 8 players. You can play it alone.
That's great for
Stop,
you.
Stop. No, because Aiden's a jerk. When a game says 1 player, Aiden just rips it a new one. I don't know why. It's like you'll watch a movie alone, or like you'll play a video game alone. Playing a board game alone, it's sad. But it's kind of fun. I don't know. But before we move on, Aiden, you know how like when horses are racing, the announcer's like, "Go Clementine, Clementine," and the
Clementine pulls ahead. Beef jerky running quickly behind. Beef jerky sniffing its butt. Beef jerky passing its rear.
That's why I love this game, because I'm able to say things like that.
Oh, you do that?
Immerse myself in it. It's like.
So you guys remember Tass from like 2 episodes back, Witch's Brew? If Tass likes a game, then you know it's entertaining, and she loves playing this game with us.
She does like playing this game.
So there's another.
So that's honorable mention. Yeah. Longshot the dice game. Okay.
Check it out.
All right, moving into our top 10. This is where it gets real.
I'm worried, dude.
Boom. Ba-boom. This game is called Kubitos.
It's got some great box design. I love the cheese.
If you want a game where nothing makes quite sense, it just doesn't make sense, right? And look at this box. Okay, on the front of the box, Aiden, what do you see?
A yodeling piece of cheese.
You see, a cheese in the Swiss Alps in Lederhosen, right? It's like that makes no sense.
What would a cheese yodeling even sound like? Squeeze!
Swiss Alps. In the Swiss Alps.
He's in the
In the Swiss Alps. Kill me.
Oh, gosh.
Kill me.
And
that was unplanned.
He's Swiss cheese. Look, he's got the holes.
That's so funny.
Go ahead.
Anyways, guys, this game, for real, has shot up into my top 10. I love playing this because it's just so wacky. You can get people to play. They're like, what is up with that cover?
Right.
It gets people to play. Basically, what you're doing inside of it, you're going to take like a character. Let's say here's the 4 characters. You can be a sheep, a lion, an elephant, or a monkey. Right? It makes no sense.
Right.
You're rolling dice, okay? And you're trying to push your luck. So if you roll enough dice to get movement, you'll move along the track. It's a race game. You're trying to get to the finish line. But along the way, you're going to get points. You're going to be able to roll dice that give you points to buy more dice, like a pina colada dinosaur, or a magical dog, or a lobster in armor.
I'm leaning forward.
Or
I'm leaning.
You're going to be able to buy
in.
a cat that has 6 paws, or you're going to be able to buy like all these different things that will give you power. Or a pineapple, a rockstar pineapple. It's just such a wacky game. It's so fun because you're just kind of playing against yourself or playing against others. You're like, okay, I need to make this move. I'm so far behind. And if you roll well, boom, you're back in the game, bro. And it's like, it's just head to head.
Yeah.
I love it. And it's an easy one to teach. It really is easy. And people get it. It's just rolling dice.
Yeah, don't be squares. Be cubes. Buy the game, guys.
Yeah. So I would be totally awesome if you would play this game with me later.
Yeah, this is one of the few that I did play, and I remember liking it until I lost.
That's the thing. I also feel like when Aiden loses a game, he's just like, that was stupid.
I retract back into my hole.
Why do people do that? Okay.
I didn't say it was. I really enjoy this game. I think a big thing for me, okay, when it comes to games, okay, box art is what draws you in. So you walk into the game store, you see the box art, and the Kubitos has great box art. You see a piece of cheese yodeling, you're like, that's sick.
Yeah, that's
right.
Funny.
It's when you open up that game and it doesn't give you the same like satisfaction as what the box did. That's when it starts to throw me. Kubitos is totally cool because it's got the towers, right? It's got everything that kind of like draws you in. Gimmicks, per se.
Yeah.
Gimmicks in games is everything, right?
Yeah.
So if I open a box that looks totally cool and the game is just like a flat board with nothing, just boring nothing, I'm not going to be into that game at all. It needs to be consistently engaging throughout the whole thing.
I feel that.
Right? The art needs to be consistent, and it needs to have some sort of gimmick that's drawing me in, that makes me want. That's why I love games that have like cool printed figures. And I love games.
Yeah, minis.
Yeah, the minis, dude. And like a sick board. The cards have like fun, entertaining lore or something.
Yeah. I love that, Aiden. That's a great point. And the other thing that makes this game so good, on top of what Aiden said, is there's just no downtime because you're all playing at the same time.
It's just going.
It's like you're not waiting for somebody to take a turn. You're able to roll the dice all at the same time, take your action, move. It's just really fun. You don't feel like you're out of it at any point. So that's Kubitos, number 10.
I'm in it. I love that.
Kubitos, number 10. All right.
I've never even heard of this next one.
This next one is a little bit of a sleeper, bro. This is a very abstract game, and I don't think people play it enough. I think people sleep on it.
Is that a horse with hands?
This is called Tash-Kalar Arena of Legends, bro.
I am so disturbed by this.
All right. Aiden says box art is good, right?
It's a horse with hands.
On the front of this box, you're going to see a horse with a spear fighting a giant made out of clay and a gnome with 2 blue pom-poms.
He's literally, the gnome in the background is like, go horsey, go horsey.
It's pretty wild. This game, to me, is just the most creative, interesting, like, abstract experience. I've never
heard of it, dude.
In Tash-Kalar, what you're trying to do, you have a deck of cards, and your opponent has a deck of cards, and you have one field. And each deck of cards is going to have, like, a little layout of where you're going to put these tokens on a field. It's very interesting. And when you create a certain shape with your tokens, you can summon a new card and a new card. And so you're trying to, like, obliterate your opponent's team by, like, summoning cards through shapes. It's so abstract.
Dude,
it's crazy.
It's so abstract it broke my brain.
But eventually you'll be able to summon like a fire dragon, the elemental beast of creation. And it's like, oh snap, that's lit. And you just obliterate the field, and it's just such an interesting game. And to me, it's like, here's the gimmick, right? It's like, what? This is like a gladiator arena with crazy monsters. In the game, you will feel that. It's like, this is so abstract, but I really do feel like I'm fighting in a gladiator arena and I'm whooping booty. Does that make sense?
No, I wish I had comments. I was just so like taken aback by what you're saying. I feel like I'm like learning the rules.
It's awesome, guys.
Sometimes I feel bad for Eston because he is the rule man. Okay?
Yeah.
No one else is going to take time to read the rule book. Eston is a walking rule book.
It's true, bro.
We look to him. Everybody's like, oh, you're breaking the rules. And we're all like, Eston? Eston's like...
Look, I'll say this. If I miss explaining a rule, like if I'm playing a game and I accidentally forget to tell somebody a rule, it's so annoying when people call me out for it. It's like, dude, I'm the only one that took time to learn it, and I have so many rule books in my mind. I have played so many games.
True, dude.
But
like, there's so many instances where like someone wins a game and you're like, wait a second, he broke rule C5. It's so annoying.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, all the games in my top 10 are easy.
Yeah.
That's what I think. But
I think what I can say about the games in your top 10 is they're games that like you enjoy playing with other people.
Yeah, right? I love when there's...
Like, you've had good experiences with these games, and that's why they've made it so high.
I love when there's gameplay between people, not only on the board. I love when you have to look at each other and you have to, like... Right. You have to be like, dang, what is he doing?
When other people are engaged. It's definitely fun. I don't know anything about Tash-Kalar, and maybe one day in the future we'll play it.
I would love that. I am telling you guys, this one is abstract, but this is my number 9, and not enough people give it credit. It's quick. It's like 30 minutes. It's really fun. I'm interested in getting actually 4 expansions for it. I'll get 4 more decks. Hopefully for Christmas. Hey, then.
Hey, man. I'll let Santa Claus...
I'm not even going to put on my list, and I'm sure I'll get it, you know? All right, guys. Number 8. Probably one of the best group experiences in board gaming ever. It's called Mysterium. Okay. And you ever played this one?
Never heard of it.
All right, Mysterium.
But just based off of the box alone, it is giving off old English type vibes, kind of like a horror mystery, maybe including monsters type vibe.
That's pretty accurate, Aiden.
Really?
Minus the monsters.
There's no monsters?
All right, I'm going to say one word.
I was thinking vampire.
I'm going to say two names.
2 names, okay.
Sean Spencer.
Sherlock.
And Bruton Gaster.
So it's a murder mystery.
You are a psychic detective.
Oh, you're a psychic.
Okay. You are in this game. Your group is a psychic detective group. So there's a bunch of psychics that go into an old haunted house, and they're trying to communicate with a ghost. So one player will act as the ghost while the others will be the detective.
Oh, that is interesting.
So as the ghost, you have a set of cards that you have to give 1 card to each player per round. And it's just a jumbled mess, dude. It's like, what is on this card? Imagine it's like a frog with smoke coming out of it, and an apple, and a ladder, and like a tree branch, and a mustache. And It's like, it's just abstract, and you don't understand it. So the ghost is sending you clues about who the murderer was, what the weapon was, and where it was. And you have to solve that through what the ghost gives you psychically.
Is there only one ghost, or do you switch?
One ghost gives a clue to every
So is he
player.
like kind of like the narrator of the game? Pretty much like the game master?
Pretty much. He just gives you a clue.
Okay.
You have to figure out which character he's directing you to. Everyone is trying to investigate a different character. You have to figure out this clue.
It's like Clue.
Leads me to what character. Yeah.
It's Clue, but with a ghost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much, but it's just so much better than Clue.
Oh.
It's so much better than Clue.
I don't know if you can diss Clue.
I don't know if it's better than Clue FX.
Where it talks to you.
Yeah.
It was Colonel Mustard in the library with a rope.
Oh, Miss Peacock. Rusty. Yeah, dude, in Clue FX, there was actually a new character named Rusty, who was the handyman.
Oh, yeah. Handyman. Dude, I feel like it was always Rusty.
It was Rusty in the
box. It was always Rusty, dude.
That was kind of fire.
Suspicion was
That game was kind of fire. Anyways, but it's a team game, so you can only win as a team, which is the fun part. Yeah. Is everyone has to do their best to solve who it is, and then after that, you come together with all your clues, and you be like, okay, who was it? And the ghost gives you 3 more clues, and out of everyone that you investigated, you have to use those 3 clues as a group to solve which one of them was it. It's just such a good game. I'm telling you, it's such a great group experience, and it's so easy, and it is so much better than Clue. So if you love Clue, try this one, I'm telling you. If you love murder mysteries, try this one. It's so fun.
That sounds cool.
It's spot on, dude. So that's Mysterium at number 8.
I like that. Número 9.
Número 9. No? 7. Here's number 7, y'all.
7.
Aiden, what's it called, baby?
Clank. It's called Clank. And so right away, this box just grabs you, okay? You have your little posse traveling down into the dungeon with a dragon coming up from underneath them. You're getting Lord of the Rings. You're getting The Hobbit. You're getting a little bit of like that cool animation style.
D&D.
D&D, exactly. So you think it's going to be fun until you open it up. Am I right?
Obviously, if it's higher up on my list, it's got to be good.
Okay, I'll believe you. I've never played Clank, but it says a deck building adventure.
Yeah, so Clank. Okay, first of all, don't diss on deck builders because deck building games are awesome. So in a deck building game, you start out with like a certain hand, and you want to improve your hand. So as you are traveling deeper into this dungeon, you're collecting more cards, which cycle through. So next time you pull like 7 cards for your hand, let's say, you'll have like a whole new hand. So you're trying to go deep into the dungeon to get treasure and get out before the dragon kills you, which is awesome.
Is that always the premise, though? It's always just get in, get out before a dragon kills you?
Yeah.
Okay.
In this one. But there's other versions of Clank.
Because I know there's like a ton of other
Clank
games
Underwater
that switch up like the enemies and stuff.
Yeah, this one is just with the dragon, but there are variants with like underwater sea creature or aliens or things like that.
What would you say the replayability of this game is?
To me, I would say 90% of the time, like it's just it's super easily replayed because you'll never have the same hand.
Oh, so you switch up. The premise doesn't switch up, but your
cards. The idea of the game is to go deep into the dungeon to collect treasure and to get out. The first person who gets out will. Well, so it's called Clank because while you're in the dungeon, you'll be making noise. The more noise you make, the more restless the dragon gets.
Right.
As the dragon gets restless, he'll just start killing people. So you could potentially never get out of the dungeon.
Right.
Which is really fun because it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm making too much noise. The dragon kills you, bro. It's like...
That does sound cool.
My favorite part of the game, actually, and I don't know why, I think it's kind of bad, but my favorite part of the game is to get out of the dungeon and just like make the dragon go faster to kill everyone. Like I don't even care if I have the most treasure. I'm like, I'm gonna go up and I'm just gonna make like everything terrible for everyone else. Which I like doing, dude. I like doing that. But it's really fun.
You see how twisted he becomes when he plays these games, dude?
People do think I'm cutthroat, but I'm not, dude. I'm a good guy.
He goes from this to like, I will win at all costs.
You know what? There's people out there that are like that, bro. It's like, yeah, I want to win. Anyone who says they don't want to win is full.
Oh yeah, it's terrible playing with people who are just like, I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, this game to me though, it has high replayability, like you asked. The art is beautiful, and it's so fun to build a hand. It's like, oh wow, this hand is so much better than what I started with. Or maybe it's like I picked up so much treasure, I pull a hand, and all I can do is nothing. It's like I have so much treasure in my hand, I have no way to get out of the dungeon, and the dragon's gonna eat me. So it's like this balancing act of I need to get out and I need to win.
That sounds so fun as a VR game.
Well, that sounds like a great video game.
It does sound like a sweet video game, I'm not gonna lie.
Like, I'm just saying, I don't like when people make board games video games. Keep the board game because it's better experience.
It's like turning manga into anime.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. But board games are a personable experience.
I understand why it's called Clank, too, now, because you're clanking around down there with all your treasure.
Being the jankin'. That's Clank, guys. Clank is my number... What is 7?
That's, 7.
So, I just turned this high. Clank is my number 7. Check it out.
Number 6, dude, is actually sick, dude. This is one of the greatest games of all time. It's too low. You put it too low, dude. If you want your family to love you, pull out this game on game night.
Guys,
okay?
if Aiden is telling you to play a game, you know it's that good.
We've had so much fun.
Because Aiden has been ripping him a new one. But this game is awesome.
Go ahead. Tell him. Preach, brother.
All right, number 6, bro. Aiden says it's too low. I think it's perfectly placed because of what I have coming ahead of it.
Oh, I see now. I see. Okay, go ahead.
But this is called Colt Express. Okay, one of Aiden's favorite things on Earth is gunslinging cowboys. Cowboys versus aliens.
Honestly,
Willie the Kid.
And if you guys haven't heard of the game Bang, okay, it's a card game.
I wasn't going to share any card games today, but this is kind of what got us into gaming, really.
Pretty much. We'd borrow this from our neighbor who had it, and we would just play this on car trips. We'd play it at sleepovers. It's all about gunslinging and shooting your opponents next to you until everybody's dead and you're the last one standing, or the sheriff wins, or the bad guys win, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's super fun. Comes in a bullet.
So that one is super fun. It is one of the best card games you can buy. But this board game is like top notch. It's like living that Bang game. It's so good. Everyone's gonna get a certain bandit, and it's like what Aiden said. It's a gimmick. There's this train.
You're on a train
set up.
Like
okay?
you build the train.
Like 3D.
Okay. So
like Shark Boy and Lava Girl 3D.
Your little character. Everybody gets a bandit. Everybody's robbing the train at the same time. Mm-hmm. All right. And there's also a deputy.
That's right.
There's a deputy on the train with you. So as you're running around...
Oh, shoot. Clank, just tell him.
As you're running around, you get to shoot your opponents. Bow, bow. And they can... there's money scattered throughout the train. So you're picking up the money at the same time. Everybody's trying to collect as much money as they can. But if you get shot, you drop some cash, okay?
Right.
You can jump over to the stagecoach. You can jump on the train. There's everywhere you can go which way. The coolest premise of the game is you don't know how the sequence is going to play out.
Right.
So everybody...
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm so excited.
No, it's awesome. But what Aiden's saying is, before anything happens, you're going to play all your cards in one pile. Sometimes they'll be face up.
Right.
Sometimes they'll be face down, depending on what
if you're going through a tunnel, you don't know what's going to happen.
So you could make a play to like move along the train, and you don't know if Aiden's going to punch you in the face or
exactly.
Like,
you can have it all planned out. Like, I want to get to the front of the train and pick up the lockbox. But before you get there, you don't know if one of your other opponents played a card that's going to shoot you back 3 cars, and then you're going to fall and then lose money. It's a never... You cannot predict. You cannot predict what is going to happen in a sequence perfectly.
But that's what makes it so fun, because you're trying to predict. It's like, okay, I'm going to move here, but I really think Aiden is going to shoot me.
Exactly.
So I don't want to move there yet. But you're taking a chance in this and this. There's horses, stagecoaches. Uh-huh. You can, beat each other up, shoot down, steal. You can abduct people, like people on the train, take them hostage, like a granny or a poodle or something.
Once all the cards are down, that's when you play the whole sequence, and it just turns into a whole action set piece, and it's very gratifying at the end of the game, especially seeing who comes out with all the bounty, and
it's super fun.
Who gets punched up.
You don't win. Let's say you don't win, but it's like, dang, I had so much fun.
Exactly.
I had so much fun watching
You're just playing a cowboy sequence, and I think that's one of the best setups for a game and execution.
That's Colt Express, guys, number 6.
Yeah.
It's only low because it only gets better.
Oh, that's what he says, dude. I think that's number 1 right there.
Listen, guys. I'm going to have to, readjust.
That's why leave the board.
I'm going to have to readjust for this one, bro.
Jeez, dude.
This game...
my back lifting that one.
This is like a solid 3-pound box. I don't know.
Bro. This one does not disappoint when it comes to what's inside of it.
Just... On a scale of 1 to 10, how beautiful is this game?
Oh gosh, dude! From the exterior to the interior, this game serves. Okay, it serves completely, dude.
This, out of all the games that I have, has the most beautiful art, the most beautiful board, and the most beautiful figures I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever in board gaming, bro. It is just incredible. They have figures in this game that are like this big, like the size of my hand. Just intricate detail.
Detailed.
The background is this beautiful Japanese piece with like koi and
Right.
dragon and like these beautiful islands. It's just so well done. But in Rising Sun, this is the number one game I have that I think that encourages.
It's the number one game that no one will play, but it's so beautiful.
Stop. This is all.
It's more of an art piece than it is something to play with.
I will say this. This is a little bit difficult because it is a long game. You're looking at like 3 hours.
Oh, gosh.
You're looking at like 2.5 to 3 hours because it's just that good.
It's 3 hours, all in like...
But it's an experience that I
1 hour
don't ever
sessions.
want to forget. Basically, you are like a faction in feudal Japan. Maybe you're like these turtle warriors or these bird warriors or like these geisha. And you're trying to make alliances with people and you're trying to prepare for war. The awesome thing about it is like you have to do so much negotiating in this game and you have to just strategize so much.
Right.
And it just encourages so much connection between players above the table. It's like, dang, I have to literally read everybody's mind. I have to be so smart.
And don't even think about jumping into this game before studying like a semester of feudal Japan within a college, okay?
But it's awesome. And then you can send people to like bring down like Japanese gods and like deities to help you. You can like summon like ancient warriors and scary creatures and foo dogs and everything to just help you take over like these islands. Like what else is there? It's just so good, bro. You can build like places. The amazing thing is each round you're gonna be, when it comes to your turn, you're gonna be the one that decides what gets to happen, and nobody else gets to stop you, bro. It's like finally I get all the control. But then later it's like, oh my gosh, that person has all the control, and I just have to figure out what I'm gonna do. So it's just such a great game. You're always playing. It's really, really fun. Rising Sun, and I think it's so high because of how beautiful it is.
Oh gosh, dude. Like, this is what kind of gets me into the games, right? You open the box, and it's exactly what you're seeing on the cover. You see this just incredible-looking samurai standing there. You want to play as him, and you can, dude. You open the box, he's there. You can hold him in your hands. You can move him around the board. You can fight. It's exactly what I'm looking for when I play games. And I know Eston also really enjoys just the intricacy of board games. And, like, he loves just gaming aspects. He's not even bothered if it's not beautiful. Like, he'll play it if it's just a great game. But when they have these just amazing details added to a already great game,
that's right,
it just pushes it up so much further.
You can just tell, like, certain games just have love.
Yeah.
You know, it's like with video games, for example. Just certain games are like, those people put their heart and soul into it.
They didn't just put this out because the studio, like, everybody put their heart and soul into it. Yeah.
Like the Five Nights at Freddy's movies coming out. You know? It's going to be all heart. Even if it's not great, it'll have heart.
It'll have my heart, dude. I swear.
Guys, this is my number 5, Rising Sun. Genuinely, it's a little daunting, and it's expensive. But you should try it.
It's worth it.
If anybody wants to come over, I mean, I'll play with you. So
you heard it here first, folks.
Not in like a... Yeah.
Eston will play with you.
I will play Rising Sun with you.
All right, go ahead.
All right, Ed. Number 4.
Let me tell you. Can I?
No, I want to say something first.
Go ahead.
I want to say I love you, and I want to say thank you. Many of the games that are in my collection are due to Aiden's generosity and kindness, his loving nature.
It's the only thing I know about him. This is a person that he loves.
This game came from my brother, and I think it was, I don't know, he was either apologizing and had done something horrible because this is such a great apology gift, or he had done...
It was for Christmas,
kindness, bro. Did I get this for Christmas?
For Christmas.
Well, he must have done something horrible before Christmas because he really went over and beyond. Because this game, boom, quickly. The first time I played it, I'm like, okay, that's like number 4 on my list.
It'll never change that I spent way too much money on Eston for Christmas. Nemesis. We went to the board game shop, and I saw Nemesis, and I said, "That's the game, dude." Just the cover alone, and I saw the art. And I started to kind of Google it up, and I saw the figures they have inside. So imagine this. You're on a spaceship, just a huge spaceship, and there's a bunch of rooms connected by air ducts. And just like in the movie Alien, there's something in the air ducts, okay? And it's these massive...
What are the air ducts shaped like an alien, Aiden?
Oh, they're weird shaped. Like, you can go downward, sideways. It's just like one guy gets killed and just killed in them. But it's really cool because, of course, you're on a spaceship, okay? Imagine, what's that game with the little guys running around trying to figure everything out?
Dead Space. Oh, Among Us.
Among Us, okay. So, imagine Among Us, but serious.
It's basically Among Us.
Everybody has their own little thing they have to take care of. No one else knows what you're trying to do. Like, one person might be trying to get the spaceship to Earth. One person might be trying to completely destroy the spaceship before jumping in a pod.
One person may be like, I have to make sure that player 3 dies.
Exactly.
Or one player's like, I need to send a signal to Mars.
So there's betrayal. There's like also people trying to save one another. You never know what people have in mind. The only consistent thing is that there's creepy alien figures, which are beautifully designed, that are going to pop out of those air ducts and just attack you at any moment, okay? Exactly. And the combat's not easy, okay? Oh, yeah. It is not. You can die like that in this game.
This game is ruthless, man. Like Aiden said, you have all these things. Whenever you move, if you move into a new room, you make noise. If at any point you make noise in the same section that noise was made, alien spawns. If an alien attacks you, you're either fatally wounded or you die. And if you get a fatal wound, it's like, you can no longer use your hands, or you can no longer walk. It's like horrible, bro.
And at some point, you can have like so many aliens on the board.
So, yeah, you can have like 15 aliens, bro. It's crazy. And you'll be like, okay, well, I need to make sure the ship is going to Earth. I need to go fix the engine. I'm going to go fix the engine. Boom, boom, boom. You fix the engine. Somebody comes right behind you, breaks the engine. But you don't know because they're covered. And it's like, is the engine broken? Is the engine alive? And then you're like, okay, I'm going to go change the coordinates. I'm going to go to Venus. Boom, somebody goes behind you, changes it to Earth. It's like, what? I just changed that, bro. But you don't know if they changed it. So you got to use a move.
And you only have a certain time limit before the ship completely just combusts. So you have to have all your things prepared, your mission accomplished before you can escape in an escape pod, or you can
go into cryo freeze,
any of that. But
one of my favorite parts of the game,
it's not disappointing at all. You see the box art, you go inside, and you're not disappointed because it is genuinely. If you open this thing up, I've never seen more beautiful packaging. In any game,
it's dude. So well placed.
It feels nice.
It's like
you want to display it.
It's like a silk baby duck.
It's literally, I could touch this all day. It's like you could sleep on it.
It's like a cloud. It's so nice.
That's why I bought it. I felt the box. I was like, this is so beautiful.
I actually don't have a pillow anymore. I do sleep on top of Nemesis. This is my bed. But it really is that good, guys. And one of the best parts of the game, you get to the end and it's like, oh, I think I won. But then you have to check and see if any aliens affected you, and if they did, you die. And it's like, oh, I didn't win. It's just so great, bro. It's just every time you play, you're getting a new mission, or it's like, I have to lie to Aiden. I love him so much, but I have to kill him. But I'm not going to let him know.
He actually has no issue doing that.
Nemesis 4.
I think we've hyped this one up enough.
I love Nemesis. This one also, guys, a little pricey, but it is just so worth it. Yeah. If you are saving up for a good game, I'd buy Nemesis.
And they already have a second one out as well.
All right, y'all. I'm going to, if we go to BoardGameGeek.com, people are going to just rip me a new one for having this so high.
Really?
Yeah, this is not, considered, super
I thought this high. Was actually your favorite game.
This is my third favorite game. To me, this game right here, if I want to teach somebody a game and I want to, get somebody into board gaming, I'll teach them this game.
He's never taught me that game.
I've tried to invite Aiden to play. Aiden, this, to me, is like what you said. It's just absolutely beautiful art, bro.
I will admit,
when you open this box, it's like, oh my
gorgeous.
gosh.
Don't they have a whole tree in it?
Yeah.
See, that's a gimmick I can get behind.
The whole board is this beautiful tree, and it's like, I didn't know that I love nature that much. I thought I was like a chronic inside guy, but this makes me want to be nature friendly.
Let me get this straight. So the setting of this game is a massive tree.
Well, let's say the name first.
Center.
Number 3, guys, it's called Everdell.
Right.
Okay?
Everdell. So it's got this massive tree in the center of the board, correct?
Correct.
And at the base is where you kind of do your operation also up within the tree, I think?
Up within the tree is kind of like these objectives as well as characters that you'll play with later on.
But then you get things like this, what you have behind, it's called Spirit Crest?
Spire Crest.
Oh, my bad. Spire Crest. There's another one called...
Pearl Brook,
which is like a lake. And what happens is these little expansions connect to the main board, correct?
So it's just like the Shire.
It's like, exactly. It's like you're building onto a board and making the world of Everdell bigger with more animals and more things to do.
Let me tell you why I love this game so much. Okay, it starts with the fact that I hate a certain game.
What?
I absolutely hate a certain game.
What was it called?
It's called Settlers of Catan.
Oh, jeez.
I hate Settlers of Catan.
I don't know if he hates Settlers of Catan or just the people who
I
love
don't like
Settlers of Catan.
Yeah, I'm not a Catanian, okay? It's just...
He's not a Cataniac.
People who play that game are missing out because they could just play this and throw the other one away.
Right.
I'm genuinely serious. It's so beautiful. This is a work...
Wait, does it play similar to Catan?
Essentially.
Or you're just saying Catan sucks.
I'm saying Catan sucks. But it does have a component that's similar to Catan that just, like, overshadows or it outshines.
Just play
Catan
Ticket to Ride. Don't play Catan.
Don't play Ticket to Ride, guys.
Wait, don't play Ticket to Ride?
Not often. It's good, but there's just these 10 board games you could play instead.
Once a week, play Ticket to Ride.
I'm sure people buy bus tickets and train tickets enough.
They
don't need to play a game.
If you're buying Catan like sequel games, you're crazy. And if you're buying Ticket to Ride sequel games, you're also it's the same game.
Ticket to Europe, ticket to China. It's like okay.
It's like buying Monopoly just because you like a certain subject.
I'm telling you, if I don't review Everdell with all the love and care it deserves, I have no reason.
You have the spotlight, dude. Go for it.
Everdelll, okay? You choose a little faction of animals. It's so cute. You could be a porcupine or a squirrel. This is like my inner grandma is like, that's adorable. That's so precious. I go into the game and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's such a cute thing. It's so cute.
And the box art is so cute as well.
All right, but you dive deep, right? Okay. You're placing your little animals along the board to collect resources, wood, berries, like tree sap, to build a beautiful little panorama village, like 15 cards in this little village. Mm-hmm. So you have to pick and choose what cards do I want in my village that will give me the most points at the end of the game, and I have to place my workers places. But if somebody's already there, you can't place your person there. It just takes a lot of strategy, but it turns out beautifully. You start out the game, and it's like, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to finish this? It's like I have 2 workers that I can move around, but with each new season, you get more workers, which allows you to build more. It's like, I have 2 cards right now, and at the end of the game, you're like, I have so many cards, like I have to pick and choose which ones I want. Do I want the warrior chipmunk, or do I want like this rogue like red fox? Do I want this...
The dilemma.
Do I want this beautiful... little mouse wife with 2 babies that runs the farm? It's like,
what's it gonna be, man?
Just so wonderful. And
what's it gonna be, bro?
You add this, okay? If you're gonna buy an expansion for any game, you add this. You send your
even if you don't have the base game.
You add this game called Everdell Spire Crest, where you send your little guys on journeys riding buffalo and riding mountain goats, and you're riding a peacock. It's just...
What is wrong with you?
This game, dude, it just gets me so happy, bro. It takes me to a new level, bro. This does something for me that nobody else can.
What?
It's just...
You have a fiance, dude.
It's better. It's just... This... No, my fiance is better than Everdell. But Everdell is the GOAT.
I would...
Okay? It's so good. Seriously, guys.
He's almost convincing me to play it, dude. Which is saying something.
And the replayability and the simplicity of the game is just so amazing. And this is a game, it's just... People will play with you, bro. First time, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm hooked. I want to play again. I don't want to play 3 times in one night. I love it.
That's what she said.
I could pull this out any time. That's what
she said.
Alright, guys. I don't know what else I can say.
Please spare us.
Please play Everdell.
That was great and very vigorous.
Okay, I'm not joking.
Okay, now we've leveled up. Okay, we've leveled up. We've got to the big dogs. We had to get through those 8 boring games first, but this is the real deal.
Guys, whatever I just said about Everdell, forget it.
Throw it out the window.
This is the game that you want to buy, okay?
Okay, can I say something?
Aiden should say something.
Tell
him what it is.
I love these games. It's called Zombicide. Okay, this is the 2nd edition. It got so many themes, okay? We got... This one's in the city. There's like olden time.
Prison outbreak.
So the basic thing, and it's so basic that anybody can get it, okay? You are a team of survivors in a zombie apocalypse, okay? You're on a map, and you have to accomplish objectives they're in the rule book. Oh, we want to accomplish this for today. Blah, 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 blah. And it's just got like a whole... Like, it's never the same setup. You get to switch around the tiles.
Let's say there's, your board is, you have to enter into the hospital, go and collect, weapons and food, and get out before zombies kill you. That's it. And get to the helipad. And take a helicopter.
It's very simple, but it is the funnest game, especially for anybody who's trying to get into gaming. This is the number 1 game, okay? Because you get to play as a survivor. You get your weapons kind of start out, but...
You'll start out with a crowbar or an axe, and as you go in, you get to search for weapons. You'll get a triple axe or a guillotine or a chainsaw.
You get to add
or an AR-15. It's
the dynamic is the funnest part because you could be playing with your parents or your uncle, your aunt, or whoever, and they have to play as one of your teammates on a survivor team. So you're like, get in there and get that zombie! Or you're dying in one room and you're like, please, save me!
Pull it out. Pull it out! Like you have to pull him out. I'm sorry, pull him out.
Oh my gosh, dude. He's on. But the craziest part is the zombies in this game, they're all figures, okay? It's not just some little cardboard pop-out, okay? They all get their own individual figure. So at one point, as you keep making noises, as you move around, as different waves come, you can have up to 30 zombies chasing you on the board. Even more, probably.
No, yeah, there's 200.
There's
okay?
I remember crazy, dude.
A time when Aiden and I had 150 zombies on the board, and we were just screwed.
It's
so good.
You get to this feeling of just desperation. There's nothing you can do at some points, and then you find a way, and it's just crazy. You're plowing through zombies as best you can. The combat is so simple, and the premise is so simple that anybody can get it, but you have so much fun just trying to defend yourself and get out of each situation.
Yeah, and it's just so awesome. The zombies have such personality, bro. There's fatties, and there's runners that can move faster. There's one called the Abomination, which is, unkillable unless you have a Molotov cocktail. And, then you get, these expansions. For example, this one comes with the Wild Wild West version, where there's zombies in the Wild Wild West.
Dude.
Okay? And we love cowboys.
Oh, God.
You get to ride horses. The Abomination is, a crocodile and a bison, and it's a zombie gorilla that breaks out and tries to kill you.
So creative, dude. And when it comes to box art that delivers within as well, this is the number 1 game. You see just how crazy this art is on the front cover, and you're like, I want in on this. Once you open it up, it is exactly what you think it's going to be. It serves completely, dude.
This is our number 2 for sure. Check this one out. So fun to play with other people.
It's a guaranteed good time for anybody, any age playing it. They will love it, and of course, who doesn't want to be in a zombie apocalypse? Now here's the thing: you say there's video games where you get to play as zombie survivors and take it down. It's still just as fun, if not better, than those.
This is better,
games.
Dude. This is better than the series The Walking Dead. This is better than, it's better than Dead Space. This is better than anything, bro. Like World War II zombies, this is better, bro. So
I'll die on that hill. I'll lay on my sword, dude. This is the best.
This is probably your number one game.
It is number one and number two and number three, and as many renditions there are of it. That's my whole 10.
All right, guys. We made it to number one.
Which we just had number one, but this is...
We had Aiden's number one, but this is my number one board game. And if you haven't been going to the gym, you need to go pump some iron before you pick up this box. It is genuinely about 20 pounds. Okay, when I tell you that this box has more in it than I will ever accomplish in my life, you know, this box is bigger than me, and I'm a big boy. Okay. Look at this, guys.
And this is only the first box, dude. A second one just came out.
Number one game of all time for me is Gloomhaven. I'm going to say it one more time. Gloomhaven. What does this box do to me? What does this game do to my brain? Where does the dopamine...
Biceps,
I don't ever have to do drugs because this
What?
is my addiction. This is where the dopamine comes from me. Bro, I'm serious, bro. It makes me so happy.
What's wrong with you, dude?
Okay.
You have problems.
Where to even begin? Okay. This is a dungeon crawling game.
When did you get this game? Was it Christmas?
I got this game in 2019, I think. No, not 2019. I got it in 2021.
Was it Christmas though?
Yeah, around
and
Christmas
you
time.
Immediately knew based off of the girth of this
Yeah,
box.
I picked up the box. I was like, whoever did this is truly in love
my
with
saint.
me. I
will wear your necklace.
Is who I will worship from now on. It is so good, bro. This is a dungeon crawling game. You're going deep into a dungeon, killing monsters, and you are collecting treasure, and it's a legacy game. So you pick a character, and you go forth.
You have to stay as that character.
Experience this as a team, bro. Aiden, when he started playing, was a rock giant. I was a tiny rat man. It is my favorite game, bro. The beautiful part of this game is the combat system. It's unlike anything you'll ever play.
It really is,
You have
dude.
a deck of cards that has like an ability on top on each card and an ability on bottom. And when you play, you have to play 2 cards per turn, one from the bottom and one from the top. So every time you play, you're like, I have to think of the very best move that's going to help my team. What's amazing is after you use cards, you have to exhaust them.
Yeah.
So you're running out of cards as you're going through the dungeon, so you have to make smart plays. Because if you get exhausted, you're dead, bro. If you
pretty much become just like a limp person. You have to drag around.
It's like, bro. Okay, here's Gloomhaven. It's just so... I don't even know how to explain it. You open the box, and you're overwhelmed.
It's a world in a box. It's a whole world in a box.
It's an escape. Here's the best thing, dude. Everything in the box, sealed. You don't know what's in the box because you'll start with a character, and once you like complete the objective, then you get to open like a pack, like a special unboxing video. It's like boom. Okay, I just finished this character. I'm gonna pick up this random character. I have no idea what it looks like. I have no idea what its powers are. I get to be that, and you become that, and you're happy. It's like I'm no longer Dwight the Rat. I'm now Jeff the crystal woman. And it's like, I don't know, bro. But or the tinkerer or the barbarian. It's like you can be like a little rooster. There's so much.
You gotta realize decisions also rule this game, right? So you could be starting any mission, and all of a sudden, oh, the little goblin fairy runs across the screen or runs across the landscape, and he says, "Follow me to my treasure," and you're like, "Do I want to follow him?" Yes. And all of a sudden, you're 10 feet deep in a dungeon fighting ghouls, dude.
You're on fire, and every time you play, now you have to take a damage because you're burnt.
You never know where your decisions are going to lead you, but it is a decision-based game that will just add lore to what you're playing, right? So nobody's ever going to have like the same experience because you're playing that character. You're deciding things.
I genuinely didn't know I needed this in my life, and now that I've played it, and now that, I've gone through it, I don't think my life would be the same. Without it, bro, it's just so good.
He's definitely...
Let me say this, okay? This is daunting. This is a 20-pound box full of things that it's hard to pack back up, okay? It's like,
pounds.
Pick it up.
I doubt that's 20
Pick it up.
It's got to be 50, dude.
Pick that up. Tell me that's not 17 pounds.
I don't know, dude.
Pick it up.
I picked it up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gotta be. That's.
It's so
I
heavy.
thought it was heavier.
All right.
I honestly thought it was heavier.
Just quick.
I thought it was heavier.
Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion. Okay, they released something that's way easier to play. Same premise as Gloomhaven. Not as good in my opinion because it's not as expansive. I love the depth lore, that goes in here, but this is $20. Okay, this right here is all you'll ever need if you want to just play.
It's not $20, guys.
It is $20.
Stop the cap, dude. It's
$20 on Amazon right now.
Really?
Guys. No joke. Genuinely.
I wish when I bought it was $20. You son of.
Guys, I'm telling you, Jaws of the Lion. Check it out. Same thing as Gloomhaven. It's just so much that you just have to experience it for yourself. But genuinely, if you want a game that you don't need any other game, if you buy this game, you could play this one and just be content and go through life. I'll probably never finish it. I'm on like.
That's because no one else wants to join him.
No, it's so fun because every time my brother and sister-in-law come into town, we play this game. Yeah. We're so excited to play this game.
I play it with him when they catch me on an off day when I'm feeling a little like givey-any. And they just use me as a mage, dude, just to keep them alive. Like, I linger behind them in the cave, and I cast spells like Revive. This is like, Rat Trap!
Oh, my gosh. Anyways, guys, that's my number one. I genuinely cannot say enough about it.
I can say one thing about it. If you're getting into gaming, do not start with Gloomhaven.
This might not be the best. Well, I actually disagree. I think... this is really fun if you have somebody that knows how to.
If you want to be scared away from your neighbor's house, they invite you over for a game night. They pull out Gloomhaven. You run. Run.
But that's
get yourself out.
That's why I'm saying play Jaws of the Lion. Because if you are just starting board gaming, this is a great gateway game to this.
Yeah, but I'd start with Zombicide. Definitely, it's the most easy and compelling game for any beginner.
But those are my top 10 games, guys. That's Kubos, Tash-Kalar, Mysterium, Clank, Colt Express, Rising Sun, Nemesis, Everdell, Zombicide, and Gloomhaven. And if you guys like this, I would love to share more board games. I have a whole list of card games, party games, anything that you guys want to play. I would love to share my top 10. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you guys.
I need someone to talk to about
seriously, I don't think I've ever been so spirited about board games until today. But thank you guys for listening to Eston. If you are still awake, please hit that subscribe button and also give it a like, And thank you guys so much. We'll see y'all next week.
Comment your top 10, guys, and we will see you next week.
We'll see you next week.